is Emma and welcome to The Message today. We're in Series 2 on Episode 5 where we're going to be looking at living online. This week we have special guests, OTC and music from Lily Joe, plus the usual facts and stats, vox pops and quote of the day. This week's My Story is from our very own Destiny.
As usual, if you have any questions from this session, why not write them down and talk in your group with your teachers afterwards? If you are personally struggling with anything we talk about, please do think of an adult you trust that you can talk to them ASAP. This might be a parent or a guardian, a youth leader, or member of staff at your school.
The internet is a great tool for keeping in touch with friends and being creative. According to Common Sense Media, teens spend on average 9 hours a day online. Have you ever used the screen time feature on your phone and been shocked by how much you use your phone? Did you also know that dopamine is the chemical that mediates pleasure in the brain? This dopamine release tells the brain that whatever it's just experienced is worth getting more of. However, these reward signals can be hijacked by things that aren't good for us. For example, smoking a cigarette, taking drugs, watching porn, or getting likes on social media. In other words, social media can be addictive.
Of course, we need to be safe, and we'll talk about that today. But being online for excessive amounts of time can also have a negative impact on other areas of life, such as school, relationships, sleep, and our self-esteem. It's really important to know when it's time to unplug and spend some time away from screens, especially our smartphones. To open up the session, let's watch the spoken word by Ben from Soulbox and see his perspective on just this.
Lately, I've been scrolling through life, becoming somebody I don't recognize. Once I was told to treasure my time, but he's racing away and he told me to drive. Waiting on no one, he told me be wise. But lately, we've been scrolling through life. Open your eyes. We seem disconnected. We seem discontent with being and sitting and simply connecting. I remember the times we'd invest in our friendships. Now it's all about our friends list. We double tap for conversation. Love a chat if it's on Facebook. Trouble stacks and we don't face it. We just type another status. They like it, we save it. They hate it, we erase it. We conform to the norm when we're born to be brave. Maybe we should pause and go back to the basics. 'Cause we were made in the image of greatness. We praise those that weigh less, age less, the famous, but praise less the nameless and those that are paid less. 'Cause lately we've been scrolling through life. See, we simply sit in silence, the world drifting by us, no man is an island. Social media was made to unite us, but lately all it seems to do is divide us. We can never buy enough followers to purchase our worth, or find enough confidence in hearing their words. I'd rather be a nobody and stay anonymous, 'cause my real friends and family start thinking, oh, he's forgotten us. How do you feel when the silence is loud? When the crowd dies down and your phone lights out? When you feel so low 'cause the high died out and you feel no hope and you're all cried out? My most essential lesson was accepting myself. Rejecting my body was affecting my health. Suppressing depression, pretend to be well. We were made to connect, so we're mentally well. Being me is my best invention. The best blessing is our expression. The greatest present is the present. Friends and family are precious, so why waste another second always texting in their presence? I'm done with scrolling through life. Here's my life online, not so you'll subscribe. I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the likes. Inside I'm alive 'cause I'm done with the hype. Sometimes you'll find me outside, offline. But those are just some thoughts of mine.
Thanks, Ben. We could talk about so many topics off the back of that one. But let's look at screen time to start with. And who better to ask than our students? We asked them what their screen time was yesterday.
Let's have a look, shall we? To be fair, I feel like it would be pretty good yesterday. Screen time.
An hour and 16 minutes, I think. So it wasn't too bad to the ordinary of like 4 or 5 hours.
Yes, I'm impressed with that. 2 hours, 33 minutes. That's really good. It says my daily average is 5 hours. So 2 hours, 33 minutes. I'm impressed.
My daily average is only 1 hour and 4 minutes. Yep. That's going off the past like week, and I've been really, really busy. If you'd have gone before that, I'd have probably said 8 hours, which is disgusting. It's horrible.
7 hours and 6 minutes. I feel like, I mean, on Friday I had 13 hours, so I guess 7's an improvement.
So my screen time for yesterday was 4 hours and 50 minutes. Maybe not as bad as some of you guys, but maybe we need to consider having some time off.
It's TimeToLogOff.com have come up with 5 symptoms of phone addiction to help you decipher when you need to take steps to make your tech life balance. Number 1, poor sleep. Are you feeling tired during the day? Insufficient sleep in adolescence has been linked to a range of mental health problems, obesity and poor performance at school.
Number 2, eye strain. Dr. Starr suggested this to help. Every 20 minutes that you're on a computer or mobile device, look away at an object at 20 feet away for 20 seconds or more. That will let those eye muscles relax. I'm definitely going to check that out this week.
Number 3, nomophobia. The fear of being without your phone is one of the most common symptoms. Do you ever feel anxious if your phone is dead or if you leave it at home? If so, you are possibly suffering from this symptom.
Number 4, subconscious scrolling. Even without consciously deciding to, we open our phones and instinctively clicked on social media. This passive consumption is bad for us. Why don't you delete the apps that you find yourself wasting time on?
Number 5, fobbing. Perhaps the worst symptom of phone addiction. Fobbing is the action of snubbing someone by your phone activity. At the end of the day, this is disrespectful and rude, and you could lose friendships over it. So why not choose to leave your phone in a box or a pocket for meal times and whenever you're spending time with your friends and family? According to new major Ofcom research, 15 million UK internet users have undertaken a digital detox in a bid to strike a healthier balance between technology and life beyond the screen.
Oh, I do love Instagram. Snapchat's got a bit boring for me now. I'm going to say Instagram.
Snapchat, probably.
I'd have to say my favourite social media is Instagram. I could literally scroll through it for hours, and when I post something on Instagram, like, it's quite addictive actually, I'm not gonna lie.
To be fair, I, as a young person, it's a bit weird. I don't really use social media as much as other people do, so I only really have Facebook, which is really old, and Snapchat. So I would probably say Snapchat just because I find it funny to like see little clips of people's lives, and people could send you pictures of themselves and things like that. This is quite like easy to use. I quite enjoy Snapchat.
100% Instagram, because the amount of memes that are on there is amazing.
One of the best social media platforms out there is TikTok. Check out this video from Destiny and see why I love it so much. Even though social media is fun, it's important that we don't let it take over and that we know how to be safe. So we've invited back Gina, Aiden, and James from OTC to share their thoughts on this.
Hey guys, we are OTC. I'm Aiden.
Gina.
And I'm James.
and we are an Afropop band. And much like any band, we perform, we tour, and we gig, but we also go in schools and share a little bit about our faith. And today, we are going to be talking to you guys about internet safety. Gina, can you tell us a little bit about that?
I would love to. Thank you very much, Aidan. So the online safety website says this, that in simple terms, online safety, funnily enough, refers to the act of staying safe online. But it can also be called internet safety, e-safety, and cyber safety. And it encompasses all technological devices which have access to the internet, right? So that can be your PCs, your laptops, your smartphones, or your tablets. James, I was wondering if you had a story about when the internet has impacted you.
Yes, Gina, definitely I've got a story. I was definitely hooked to gaming online, especially FIFA. I used to spend literally like 6 to 8 hours literally straight, especially on the weekend, just playing games. I have a very, very competitive mindset, so I love winning. So back then, the more I win, the more abuse I start getting, the more hate I was getting. Back then, I was a Muslim, my name was Abdul. So people used to assume automatically because my name is Abdul, I was either an Asian person or a Muslim person, obviously. So they started insulting me, saying some really horrible stuff to me online, which really got me so angry to a point I would literally like punch the wall or punch my mom's door. Each time my mom goes to work and come back home, there is guaranteed another hole on the wall or on the door. As time went on, I didn't, have no other way to control my anger. Fast forward, I became a Christian. And then when I became a Christian, one thing that I learned that the Bible said is that anyone that is in Christ is a new creation. The old is gone and the new is here. So I was able to understand that my identity was not based on how many wins I have or how many names people call me. My identity was based around who Jesus said I was, that I'm a new person, I'm a new creation. So my mindset was different, the way I was thinking was different. So now I play FIFA just to enjoy it, but I don't play it where I'm addicted to it, where it's controlling me. I'm in control of it. I can go a week, I can go a month without playing it. I'm not saying playing FIFA is a bad thing. The internet and gaming are absolutely great, but the most important thing is to not let them control you.
Thank you, guys. We hope you enjoy using the internet for all the good stuff it brings, whilst also staying connected to the real world. We have been OTC. Don't forget to check us out on social media at otc.band. God bless.
My favourite social media, hands down, has got to be Instagram, but I have to admit TikTok is pretty addictive at the moment. Did you know that 1 out of every 5 minutes spent online is spent on social media? No surprise there really. 35% of our time spent online is on sites owned by Facebook and Google, like Instagram and YouTube.
The most liked photo on Instagram is a photo of an egg with 54.8 million likes. It's literally called World Record Egg. And his name is Eugene. That many likes just seems excessive to me.
Power users, those with blue ticks on Instagram, have between 30k and 500k followers. They make an average of around £600 per Instagram video. I wouldn't mind earning that money every day.
A survey by Ofcom revealed that teenagers were aware of the pressures of social media, with 78% saying they felt there was pressure to look popular. Children's author Dr. Seuss says, why fit in when you were born to stand out? It's far more important to be comfortable in your own skin and enjoy your uniqueness.
So I loved Snapchat when it first came out and still use it today. Did you know that it would take you 10 years to look at all the photos shared on Snapchat in just the last hour?
We use YouTube to upload the message today, but did you know that there are 500 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute? That's 30,000 hours of video uploaded every hour. That's 720,000 hours uploaded every day. Put your feet up and get the popcorn out, because that is a lot to catch up on.
Thanks, Adam and Destiny. Some really interesting facts there. Let's take a look at being pressured and keeping safe online.
The website Think You Know say this: the people we talk to online can try to convince us to do things even when we have said no. It might not always be obvious when people put you under pressure online. It might be lots of compliments and flattery, promising online gifts, the promises of more followers, or bombarding you with lots of comments. Alternatively, it might be something more obvious, such as someone saying that bad things might happen to you if you don't do what they are asking. These tactics can make you feel like you need to do what you're being asked to, even if you don't want to. These are all elements of pressure and blackmail, and this is wrong. You never have to do something that you're uncomfortable with, and you always have a choice. You can say no, and you can tell someone.
If someone is asking you to do things online that don't feel right, stop and tell someone. First, remove yourself from the conversation. This can give you time to think and respond. Second, trust your gut instinct and stick to this, even if people keep asking. Third, take control of the situation. Speak to an adult that you trust for advice.
We want to hear your thoughts and experiences on keeping safe. So we asked a few students and this was their response.
Yeah, I've done some like online safety course things with like school, I guess. And I've learnt some tips. I stay safe online by knowing everyone that's looking at my social media or following me or messaging me. I'm making sure that I know them. If I don't know them and they're sending me weird messages, like I get quite a few, I'll just like block them or delete the messages, like so they can't message me again.
Privacy settings, not letting random people like see all the information about me, you know, getting all those settings up, but also not, I guess, messaging random people or accepting random people. Yeah, just using your common sense, I would say. Just as in normal life, you wouldn't just kind of randomly walk up to someone and, I mean, maybe some people would, and like, you know, be friends with them. But yeah, just kind of taking your common sense online, I would say.
Everyone can follow my main Instagram, Matty Jones 191. No, actually, I changed it. 1 second.
Everything I have is private. I only have people you know on there. And make sure like your friends and your family are aware with what's going on your phone, not just you, so you don't have to deal with it all by yourself.
Thanks for that, guys. It's time to logoff.com have 10 top tips on how to stay safe online. Here's just some of them, but please do check out their website for more details relating to each point. Number 1, stranger danger. Just as you wouldn't talk to, share photos with, or give out personal information to a stranger on the street, the same applies online. Number 2, check your privacy settings. Even if you have this on high, can you really trust all your friends and followers when you have 100, 500, or 1,000 or more?
And number 3, remember, posting is permanent. Anyone can save, download, and reuse it. 4, create strong passwords. Use a mix of symbols, numbers, and capital letters.
Number 5, be aware of fake news. Never open links or attachments from an unknown sender. Number 6, be respectful to others. Remember, there's also a real person at the other side of the screen.
Maya Angelou is an American poet, memorist and civil rights activist. She said this: "If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be." I love this quote, so I'm going to repeat it as I hope you will always remember it. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be.
Up next is My Story, the part in the program where we hear someone's personal experience. You'll recognize her from the facts and stats section. Here is Destiny.
Oh, is my hair okay?
So throwback to about year 7 or year 8, and I had every social media platform you could possibly think of. I had the classic Instagram, Snapchat, and I had the back in the day ones, you know, like BBM and Kik. I don't know if they're around. But basically, 1 week was very different. I come home from school, I sit on my bed, on my phone as usual, just typing away, looking through feeds. And then I get a text from my friend saying, "Have you got a new account, Destiny? I've just followed it." I'm like, "No, what do you mean? I've not got a new Instagram account." Go onto Instagram and I see there's another account, spitting image of mine. I'm like, what has gone on here? I look through the account, same pictures. All my recent pictures have been screenshotted
and put back into my onto this Instagram account. Bio's the same, all my personal information, and it was so exact that even my best friends were following it. So that is pretty scary. So I was thinking, oh no, I need to find out who this is, etc., telling all my friends. Then throughout the week, another day goes by and another account's made. And I like this guy at the time, he liked me. There was an account made of us and it was such and such loves Destiny page. So I'm like, oh gosh, another account's been made, let's go. Then another one's made after that of all my other friends. So all of us are going through this situation where our accounts have either been hacked, copied, and we're questioning who is this, because my account was private, because I thought, right, I want to make sure. I was at year 7 or 8, I didn't want anyone seeing my pictures. And I knew every single person who was following, I wouldn't allow mutual friends or friends of friends, made sure it was people that I knew. So that kind of freaked me out that someone that I knew had made this, because how would someone else get the picture? Anyway, I was speaking to another friend in school about it. Well, I wouldn't call her a friend actually, I didn't really know who she was, but I heard she was a nice girl, so she messaged me. I just replied as usual, trying to be nice, friendly Destiny. Anyway, this person doesn't seem who she seems to be in school and who people had said she was like, and starts being quite aggressive and weird. So my head's thinking, all of this has gone on so far, so there must be something else that's going on. And so I start to question the person, saying, is this actually you? And from that, the person gets even more angry. They start swearing at me. They started sending me all these horrible messages. So then I'm like, this is definitely not the girl that people think it is. And then it got a bit more extreme, a bit more explicit, and I got sent explicit and nude images of men. It was quite shocking. Like, at that age, I shouldn't be exposed to things like that, and I'm sure you'd agree the same. I told my parents about it. I wanted to make sure that they knew, because I thought, right, this has gone a bit too far now. I shouldn't really be dealing with this on my own. I screenshotted the pictures and messages and sent them to my head teacher in the morning, because it was to do with so many girls in our year that I thought the school should know too. And then the next day, I go into school and one of the girls comes up to me in the French group and says, oh, Destiny, I really want to help you find out who this girl is. And at the time, I was FaceTiming one of my best friends as well on the house party. I think that's come around a bit in lockdown. And I was chatting to her like, oh, we need to really figure out who this is and what's going on. So the whole time I've been on house party to this girl trying to work it out. Then I chat to this girl at school and she goes, Destiny, I think I found it out. I don't know how she did it, some way online or something. She figured out how to track back where the messages were sent, like where they were sent from, and she showed me the address. And I was like this, what? And it just so happened to be the address of my best friend that I was house partying to. I was shocked. I did not know what to do. So I was like, you're telling me that the best friend, well, the so-called best friend, who I was on house party to the whole time, trying to work this thing out, and you're saying it's led back to her house? So even to this day, I'm not gonna lie, she never even owned up. I'm not friends with her anymore. But that really knocked me a bit, because I was like, how can I trust my friends now? How can I go and find a new best friend who I think, oh yeah, I can actually trust her? No way, because if my best friend at the time had really done that to me, she'd hacked my account, she'd sent me those images and pretend it wasn't her. What type of a friend is that? So I found throughout this time, yeah, I can't trust people, and found it really difficult. But as a Christian, as a church girl, I really believe that there is one person I can trust, and that is God. When there's times where I feel like I don't have anyone, I feel alone, or I'm going through a difficult situation, I feel like God really helps me through those situations. He may not be there physically, but I feel like I can pray and I can talk to God about those situations. And I'm so glad that I spoke to my parents and addressed it to my head teachers. If you are feeling unsafe at all, or you're feeling uncomfortable online and you feel like you can't face it on your own, please speak to a parent, carer, or adult that you can trust and address it to your school so that they can help you. Stay safe online. My name's Destiny Owen, and this is my story.
As we said in the beginning, if you have any questions from this session, why not talk about it in your groups afterwards? Also, if your teacher or leader would like to extend this session, you can now access the questions that accompany this episode by following the link in the description on YouTube.
If you are personally struggling with any of the content, please do think of an adult you can trust, that you can talk to ASAP. Don't wait. There are many great websites and charities that we can signpost you to. that can inform and support you moving forward. So why don't you check out some of these to start off with, like thinkyounknow.co.uk or Koof.com, Young Minds, Childline, the Lily Joe Project, and The Mix. Another great site is the NSPCC. Let's see their video which relates to today's topic.
Childhood has changed. Kids are online, connected to each other all the time. They live exciting lives, funny lives, LOL and OMG lives. And that's all fun, until it's not. The filters and emojis, they hide a lot. But no matter what's changed, when a child is in need, when they're scared or alone or struggling to breathe, they can always turn to Childline at the NSPCC. Because when childhood changed, so did we. Our online counsellors are there for children 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Help save a child's life in real life.
Don't forget, many of the bands that you see on The Message today are live on their socials every night of the week. Friday night is live. All the bands get together for one massive programme on Message Live via YouTube. The details are on the screen, so why don't you check them out?
Sadly, this is the end of today's episode, but to close us out, we have a music video called Unstoppable from Lily Joe. You may recognize her name as she is the founder of the Lily Joe Project that we signpost you to each week. In this video, she's encouraging you not to look back and to reach your destiny. So whatever mistakes you may have done online, let's protect ourselves and move on. See you next week.
Situation seems impossible to make it. Hoping, dreaming, praying someday it will work out. Uphill battle takes more strength than you can fathom, but it's not over. This is for the girls. Hey, it's time to be bold. Won't take no from anyone. This is for the guys. Oh, reaching for the stars. You are unstoppable. This is for the ladies who live the hustle, work real hard, bringing strength to others. Nothing's impossible, 'cause you are unstoppable. This is for the guys who are chasing status, doing the best to love the haters. Nothing's impossible, no, 'cause you are unstoppable. Nothing's impossible, 'cause you are unstoppable. Time to change the habits of a generation. You could be the first to get an education. Raise the bar and shine the light to those around you, 'cause it's not over. This is for the girls. Hey, it's time to be bold. Won't take no from anyone. This is for the guys. Oh, reaching for the stars. You are unstoppable. This is for the ladies who live the hustle, work real hard, bringing strength to others. Nothing's impossible, 'cause you are unstoppable. This is for the guys who are chasing status, doing the best to love the haters. Nothing's impossible, no, 'cause you are unstoppable. Nothing's impossible, 'cause you are unstoppable. You are more than where you've been. You are not your history. So now it's time to break the mold. Step into your destiny. Nothing's impossible, 'cause you are unstoppable.